In the oldie but a goodie category, I wanted to talk a little bit today about The Last House on the Left. This is the old, unrated, is it Fox or Warner Brothers? Who is this? Fox, the old Fox Blu-ray for Last House on the Left. Now this, I don't believe this was the one that come with the card, you know, like the art drawing card on the front. I bought it used for like $4 on eBay, so it doesn't have that with it. If it did come with it, I don't know, but it was the same version anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But Last House on the Left, you know, I'm a big Wes Craven fan, and this was one of his, one of the few films he had out that are on Blu-ray, or is on Blu-ray, I should say, that I actually did not own. So I wanted to get that, especially since it was really, really cheap. And if you've seen the movie, you know what it is. It was pretty, I guess, infamous stuff for its time. It's a chick's birthday, and her and her friend are going to like this concert or whatever it is, and the parents are home and they're planning this big surprise thing. But of course, the kids do stupid stuff and they want to get drugs, so they as luck would have it, go up to the guy who's connected to the insane asylum people that just escaped. And or the jail insane, whatever they are. They're crazy. That whole Craven and his company. They go there and get trapped with them, and things go from bad to worse. And meanwhile, while things are happening to them, it's very, very bad and pretty infamous and pretty graphic at times for the time. The parents are, of course, trying to find the daughter and figure out what's going on, which leads to the odd comedic moments when our keystone cops, if you will, make their appearance here and there, which is probably the biggest complaint I think most people seem to have with this one, is that comedy that just seems out of left field. Outside of that, this is probably a film you want to show any 14 to 15-year-old you may have in your house that may be about to leave the house and go do stuff on their own. If you want to maybe scare them straight a little bit, use this. Just don't use the remake, but use this. Which I'm a little torn on this cover for this because I don't know. My old version of this was the old MGM one, which was kind of like the people running away from the house, you know. And then this had this, and my cousin had the DVD of this originally, and I thought it was the remake. When I saw that cover, I thought it was just the unrated version of the remake. But this is it, and I don't know, maybe that's good, that's bad, I don't know. It just seems a little odd to me for this type of movie, because that seems more like a newish, you know, type deal than what it actually is. And if people bought it thinking it was, I'm sure they got a pretty big surprise, because it looks like a newer film, even though it does say it's from 1970 whatever, 1972 on the back of it. I really do like the movie. I mean, it's one of my favorite Wes Craven ones for some reason. Maybe it's just nostalgia, because I picked my first copy of this up at Hastings years ago, and I watched it with my friend, and I don't think he cared for it, but I liked it. But like I said, there's some pretty gory stuff in there, you know, at times, and some awful things happen to these people, and some of it's probably hard to watch. It definitely was back then. Maybe these days we've kind of become numb to it, especially me, since I've seen so much other weird things these days on DVD and Blu-ray. But the movie itself is great. I can't recommend it enough. Of course, I like most Wes Craven things, stuff like Deadly Friend and stuff. I like that. I liked pretty well everything till was it My Soul to Take, I think, was where I kind of draw the line. But outside of that, this is good stuff. And this release, it's packed with stuff. It's audio commentary with Wes and the producer Sean Cunningham, audio commentary with actor David Hess, Mark Sheffel, and Fred Lincoln. Still Standing, Legacy, The Last House on the Left, featurette with Wes Craven, Celluloid Crime of the Century documentary, Scoring Glass House, Tales That'll Tear Your Heart Out, unfinished short film by Wes Craven, deleted scene well, I don't want to spoil that if you haven't seen it, but deleted scene, never before seen footage, it's only a movie featurette, outtakes, dailies, forbidden footage, and theatrical trailer, so it is packed, definitely more than my old DVD had. But my one complaint about this is I wasn't sure, like this is like what, 16 millimeter I think, I don't know, it's because most 16 millimeter I think it's made to be you know, the box, the 133 format, but this might have been like super 16 millimeter I think, so it was kind of, I think, made to work, could be widescreen anyway, but I don't think it transfers well, because a lot of it seems to be out of focus more or less, so it may have been more his camera than actually the you know, material they had to use for the transfer. But I don't think the transfer looks very good at all, and I'd almost say my Blu-ray is probably more acceptable in a lot of ways than the actual Blu-ray transfer is for this. If you're like me, you're going to want to have it anyway because you want to have the Blu-ray of stuff. So it was definitely interesting to give it a watch in HD and see exactly how it looked, because I mean, you know, Evil Dead was, I think, pretty well shot on the same thing But Evil Dead looks like really good in HD, but this wasn't. So I don't really know if it's like the transfer, or the material, or maybe it's like his camera was just bad or something. I don't know, but a lot of it seems out of focus. It seems soft, and it seems really grainy, which is okay, but it just doesn't seem to have a lot of detail a lot of the time. Although every once in a while you kind of creep into a good scene or something. So unless you're like me and you really want stuff on Blu-ray just to have it, you're a hoarder and you can't help it, then maybe you don't want this unless you're just like that. I think there's a DVD. I know there's a DVD version. I think it has all the same extras. Maybe that's more your thing. It's probably maybe even cheaper, although I think you'd probably find this dirt cheap like I did on eBay or whatever if you tried. But I would say, although I think it's a great movie, and I think this is a great release with all the extras that it packs, here's the disc. I don't think I would buy this just for the purpose of you thinking it looks great, because I don't think it does. And I've seen some Blu-ray reviews where they praised it, but I don't know, just by naked eye observation, I don't think it looks good at all. But I do like the movie, and I do want to have the Blu-ray version if it's available, so that's why I have it. So if you like Wes Craven and you like the movie, then why not?